the red, Purdue in the white, is controlled by the Buckeyes. At 22-9 on the year. They were the 5th seed in the Big Ten tournament. First time ever a 5 seed has made it to the final. Buford has it stripped away. Nice move by Moore to force it. Right back, Turner almost brought it right back to the Bucks. And that's thrown away. Trying to feed Johnson. Turner is the one who comes out with it. And they steal it away from Ohio State. Basket by Johnson as Kramer shielded Turner.
Doing a nice job there defensively. Very active with their hands are the Boilermakers here early on, Jim. Couple of keys. The inside play of both teams. Juwan Johnson has been fantastic in the last couple of weeks as an inside presence. The Buckeyes have gotten on this roll recently because their interior guys, Lauderdale and Mullins, have been very solid screen setters and defenders.
Hummel picks up the rebound off the Turner miss. And it's Hummel from the corner for a 3. Johnson, offensive glass and putback. First forward to the Boilermakers.
In the 2 prior meetings, Ohio State won the rebounding battle by 16 in their win. Purdue won the rebounding battle by 15 in its win.
Just like the last 2 days, another good start by Purdue. Boilermakers trying to win a Big Ten tournament title for the first time. And Deeper hits the 3. He had 5 threes in the win over the Spartans just yesterday.
Good execution that time, Jim. He came off of that screen and was able to step right into his shot.
Purdue played in the first ever Big Ten tournament final back in '98, lost to Michigan. Very little success after that until this year. Turnaround Johnson, no. Deeper there to clear it for the Bucks.
Jim, you can see that Purdue wants to really try to establish J square, Juwan Johnson inside.
Deeper, well, that was down and out. Cleared away by Hummel.
This matchup zone is all about individual defenders, not just guarding an area, but guarding the guy in the area. So it's got man-to-man principles, although it's a zone.
Hummel back to the rim with the 3, but tapped out to Kramer. And a new 35 for the Boilermakers. Hummel has to take it. Had the open shot at the free throw line.
That's the soft spot against the zone, Jim. That middle area around the foul line, that's exactly where you want to attack it if you're Purdue.
William Buford back over to Hill. Hill 5-1 are the Buckeyes since he came into the lineup.
He brings a lot of energy. He's a very unselfish player, understands his role.
Turner jumper, 5-4 the lead now for Ohio State.
And that guy understands his role too, Jim. He's about making plays and making shots.
On the shot clock, they go back inside. Kick it back out. Moore with the 3. Tapped around, picked up by Buford.
Good job defensively here by the Buckeyes. They know they have to challenge the 3-point shot and also try to deny the ball inside to Juwan Johnson. And then they've got to rebound the misses.
Tapped out. Last touch by Kramer. It'll be Ohio State ball when we come back. Last 5 points to the Buckeyes. They're going to take the basket away.
Yeah, I think he was over the goal.
Mullins.
That ball was still well in the cylinder. Good effort by B.J. Mullins to get to it. But it has not escaped the cylinder before he punched it back on.
I think it was about to drop through on its own.
Perhaps.
Here's Grant. Big aggressive move right off the bench. A starter a year ago, and now a boost off the bench. Keaton Grant. And that ends a little stretch there of 4 consecutive missed shots by the Boilermakers.
Grant had a terrific game against Penn State, made 5 of 6 from behind the arc. was not a factor yesterday. Off to a good start here for Purdue with that drive.
Deeper from the other side. And Turner is out of bounds. For that #1 seed list we had there, you've got the 4th and final #1 seed between Memphis and UConn. Is that what you're saying?
That's what I look at, yeah.
And you go Memphis?
I'll go Memphis because the momentum Memphis has had, a strong non-conference schedule, the momentum that Memphis has had throughout the year. Everybody talks about the conference, but I don't see anybody else blitzkrieging their conference either. So the fact they do that and they're playing at a high level, I mean, I think you're splitting hairs when you talk about the last #1 seed and the first #2.
There's Johnson. Little soft hook doesn't go. Too strong. Well, in theory, that would put UConn and Memphis in the same bracket then.
That would be fine by me. How about you?
I'd love to see that matchup with Coach Cal and Coach Calhoun.
Sure. If it would play out that way, potentially, obviously, both teams, if that does come to fruition, would have to win their games. But it could set up for a terrific regional final.
Ball squirts free. It's Hummel. And the foul committed by Turner. Now, the committee, what will they do factoring in key injuries like Dyson? You know, UConn's only 3-3 since Dyson went out. But the win at Marquette, 2 losses to Pitt.
Well, I circled Patty Mills, and I think that's the most unique injury situation the committee has had to face. The fact that they were 19-3 with him, Jim, with Patty Mills. Played a pretty strong schedule. And then he comes back, had a game scheduled after the West Coast Conference Championship, where he played well against Eastern Washington. I think that's one of the really difficult dilemmas for the selection committee. For me, I would look at St. Mary's as with Patrick Mills, and that means they're a tournament team.
I'd like to see him in there. You know, the excitement that you saw in the tournament last year with Curry, the star emerging on that big stage.
I wouldn't disagree with you, but you can't manufacture that.
That's right. You can't give a team based on that a reason to put him in.
But certainly, I think their body of work with him out there healthy is enough for them to be one of the 34 at-large selections. And if I was in the committee room, my vote would be for St. Mary's to be in.
That was a 3 by Buford. Well, Mississippi State just took a bit away from someone.
Yeah, they blocked somebody out of one. Be interesting to see who that might be. You talk about St. Mary's, Penn State, San Diego State, Creighton, Maryland, all teams considered to be fighting for that last couple of at-large spots.
Foul against Purdue. Two early turnovers by Purdue.
Well, you can't be casual with passes when you're facing Purdue's defense. The defenders on the perimeter move their feet, and they get their hands in passing lanes.
Ohio State turns it right back over.
So I think the Buckeyes, when B.J. Mullins is on the floor, Jim, they want to establish him and get the ball inside. But you got to make sure the passing angle is good, and you get that ball on a line into the chest of the receiver.
Nice shot by Collison.
You know, in the win at Purdue, Jim, he had 14 points on 6 of 8 shooting and only 13 minutes of playing time. So he doesn't mind seeing the Buckeyes.
And he can shoot from the outside, too, as we saw yesterday. There's a push-off against Purdue. And it is called on Green. Here are the bubble teams.
This team was in my book. This was in. Question mark here. Question mark here. For me, now that's just me. I represent one committee member of 9, excluding the chair. And that's something that people don't realize. They think individual bias is going to influence what happens with 9 people. You can voice your choice, say what's going to move you for a particular team, but then everybody has to vote. And teams that get moved either out or into the field is based on the committee voting, not just one individual person's bias.
It's more. Yep, last touch by Purdue. Well, one team we didn't have on there was Arizona. 2-9 road record. What do you think, Wildcats? Does the streak continue, or are they out?
For me, Jim, and again, I'm just speaking from my perspective, road wins, quality road wins are significant in my evaluation and differentiation of teams. Based on that, I don't think Arizona has enough based on the teams they'll be compared to.
That's a foul on Hummel, sending Lauderdale to the line. Here it is, a closer inspection. 63 in the computer. A strong strength of schedule.
And at the end of the day, it's going to be based on the committee members voting and what the sentiment is.
Buckeyes bring in Walter Offit, number 3, and Kyle Madsen. One more for Dallas Lauderdale, a 46% free throw shooter. 1 of 2. And the game's tied at 9.
Nice job here defensively by Ohio State, but you can't lose track of him.
Yep, Hummel got 3 in the corner for the 3.
You cannot lose him, Jim. He's so clever with his movement without the ball, and he's got such size that if you don't get to him immediately, he's going to be able to shoot over just about any perimeter guy that's defending him.
Purdue with 7 points off those turnovers. And a 3-point lead. Simmons, National Junior College Player of the Year out of Mott Community College up in Flint.
Nice curl move.
He cradles the ball to the hole, but defended by the Boilermakers.
Now you really got to find Hummel in transition because he loves to spot up early in the offense for Purdue.
And Lauderdale sends it back. Stolen back. Simmons. Blocked by Hummel. Oh, what a sequence this is. Marcus Green from the wing. Hummel on the follow, and he's fouled on the way out.
How about Robbie Hummel, Jim? He makes the effort to block the shot at one end, then pursues the missed shot at the other end. That's why he was chosen as preseason conference player of the year, because he can do so many things to help his team win.
With 4 rebounds in the early going and a pair of blocks. Well, you wonder about seeding for these two teams. You know, are they playing for maybe a chance to move up a line or 2? Or?
I'm not sure, Jim. I would think the selection committee has pretty much taken into consideration where these teams are on the seed lines, and the outcome of this game won't have significant bearing on where these teams go. I think Purdue could perhaps eke out a 4 seed, maybe a 5, or 5, maybe a 4. I think Ohio State is somewhere between 6 and 9.
That's Buford. Floater, back-to-back baskets by the freshman from Toledo. He's got 7 points. Those last 2 hoops and an earlier 3. McDonald's All-America a year ago. Hummel, nice dish. But Johnson unable to split the 2 defenders.
Well, Johnson that time trying to avoid the shot blocker instead of going up into him.
Turner's 3 rattles out. It's Jackson. Tapped out Simmons.
Well, I think both teams so hungry to win this game that they're just a tad off offensively in terms of the shot making here.
It's going to be a foul on the Buckeyes, their 3rd. Purdue's missed his last 5 shots. Only 29% for the game. Go down low, and Johnson's 3 in the paint. Moore with the assist. Good interior passing by Purdue.
Fantastic interior passing, Jim. The extra pass made by each player leading to a layup. Actually a throwdown by Johnson, which is exactly what you should do when you're his size and have his ability and you catch it that close to the rim. Punch it home. There's
another 3 by Buford. The Big Ten Freshman of the Year with 10 points, 10 of Ohio State's 16.
Well, he went for 22 in the win at Ohio State. He's very capable of exploding offensively.
Johnson fouled and to the line. And now Johnson from the line, trying to complete the three-point play. Had 20 points yesterday, and he does so. It's Purdue up by 2.
Boy, Purdue really does a nice job rotating, defensively moving their feet, helping each other out. Nice show here by Johnson. But that's an excellent pass by Turner.
And Mullins able to get the basket for the Buckeyes to tie the game at 18. Bobby Rydell is in for Purdue, number 11.
See, with Johnson coming up to show that time, that left Mullins on a much smaller guy underneath the goal, and he took advantage of it.
There's Moore. Just took a step past Mullins, but lost control of it on the drive, and it's off him. Spin move, Turner. Impressive. And finishes it off.
He's got a knack, Jim. He has a knack for slithering into the paint area and finishing shots. He's eel-like in that regard. Long, lean, and slippery.
And there he is again. No travel call. Lobs it underneath to Mullins. Sets up Diebler. Johnson up high for the board, and Mullins fouls him. A Purdue program that had never even won a Big Ten tournament game here in Indianapolis. They'd come here 4 times and lost in their first game 4 consecutive times. 2 impressive wins this week, though. Coming up short on the shots, Johnson.
I think Purdue's doing a nice job attacking that short side of the floor against the zone, trying to get that ball inside to Johnson. He took a tough shot there, and then a good box out by Evan Turner for the defensive board.
Buford steps in for the 2. For him, a rare miss.
Yeah.
Oh, what a shot by Grant. 3-pointer. Purdue back up by a point.
Jim, that's one of the best times to shoot that 3.
Oh, Turner with a sudden burst to the basket.
Now, if he's eel-like on the drives where he makes layups, what can we call him if he throws it down like that?
I don't know. Plus, you got to give him credit for another gear that he brought to the dance.
That's right.
Last touch by Ohio State.
No backcourt. The full court is in play when the team inbounds from the baseline.
Jackson goes deep to get it. Only 2 seconds on the shot clock. He knows it. 1 rebound to Hill.
Good push ahead by P.J. Hill there.
Buford turnaround. Hummel had Lauderdale boxed out. Moore open. Got the 3.
That's great basketball, Jim. That is outstanding basketball. Defensive rebound, push it up the floor and find the open shooter.
Again.
He got a lot in his book bag, doesn't he?
He's got 8 points. Backing up the second half. 18-point second half against Michigan State yesterday. Hummel already made 1 from here, not this time. Got help on a screen, and he knocks down one of his own. Second three of the game by Diebler. Collison. And the Buckeyes get the rebound with the three-point lead. 3 minutes to go in the half.
Matt Painter imploring his team to come up with a stop here. He feels that Ohio State finding a rhythm and getting some momentum in large part because of this guy right here.
Turner. He wanted it, as he should.
He sure did.
The way he's played. Collison. Back to Lauderdale. Side of the basket, Blues. And it's going to Ohio State out of the next break. Approaching 2 minutes to go in the first half. It's been good action here today in Indianapolis.
Sure has been, despite the low score. Good intensity. And I mentioned it at the top of the telecast. Both of these teams want to win a championship.
Here's Turner. He got pinned underneath. Collison swings the arms away from Turner. You say low scoring. The 82 points scored yesterday by Ohio State in the win against Michigan State. The first time a team had scored 80 in a Big Ten tournament game since '04. Wow. Off the back of Turner into the arms of Hill.
Yeah, there have been some grinders. Yeah, there have been some grinders. And that's gotten a lot of people talking about the Big Ten style of play. Nothing wrong with John Diebler from deep.
Diebler with his third three. And Purdue now faces its biggest deficit here at the Big Ten tournament. And they really, other than a couple of early baskets in the Penn State game, this is a team that's just dominated the first half, both Penn State and Illinois.
Well, Ohio State knew they didn't want Purdue to get off to a really strong start today, and the defense has kept Purdue at bay. Matching up with shooters, no trailing three-point shots for Hummel thus far, and a forced shot there by Craig. For at last check, Purdue had only made 3 of 9 three-pointers, Jim. And that's a big part of this team's weaponry offensively.
54 seconds. Purdue only 3 team fouls in the half. How about that?
It's been a fast-paced game because there hasn't been a lot of fouling. Good active hands both ways, but not much fouling.
Quick hands by Moore.
Oops.
And then a chop block by P.J. Hill. Moore fails to hit the front end. And a timeout called. Second differential on the clock. You put Michigan, though, ahead of Minnesota and Penn State.
Yes, I do.
Okay. Put back. No, they had 3 chances. And they come away with the empty trip. Got outscored 8-1 the last 4 minutes of the half. Trying to win a Big Ten tournament title for the first time, and Kramer got caught by Ed Hightower.
Easy call for the official.
And it was Kramer who was on the receiving end of something like that against Michigan, and Manny Harris broke his nose.
Yeah. Turner with the elbows high and caught Kramer right across the bridge of the nose back in January.
Here's Hill trying to force it into Lauderdale, and lucky to get it back.
This is where Evan Turner is so tough, Jim.
Got
finding the shot clock.
Better find it in a hurry. Got 2 seconds. Kramer from behind. Kramer had a hand on it. Hummel with the rebound and fouled from behind by the Buckeyes. So that's the third on Hill. Only player with any kind of foul issues. Although Turner does have 2.
Yeah, but that's not an issue.
Not an issue at this point. Hummel over to Johnson. And they team up for a basket to circle the rim about 3 or 4 laps.
Johnson really does a good job, Jim, of making himself available when his teammate penetrates along that baseline. And that was a nice example of that on that bucket.
Their first basket in 5 minutes and 41 seconds. Diebler, number 4 on the day for Diebler.
The Buckeyes, the best field goal shooting team and three-point shooting team in the conference.
Lauderdale showing some defense.
Yeah, he got a piece of that one.
That's Kramer saving it to Hummel. And the wild scramble will send the ball back the other way to the Buckeyes off the arrow.
Purdue has been man-to-man the entire time. Nothing new there.
Hill, time for the key 3. And that is wide left.
5 assists for P.J. Hill.
Yep.
Done a nice job finding people in rhythm on a couple of those three-point shots for Diebler.
On the receiving end of a few comforting words from Taz Mott. At the other end, it's Moore with the 3 for Purdue.
Jim, they have to knock down three-point shots. That's a big part of this motion offense for Purdue, and they're much better and much smoother offensively when they get some threes to go down.
Here's Turner. Slides off the rim. Behind the back, Moore sets himself up. Hummel on the follow. And Purdue with the flurry. Down to 1. Look at the assistant here.
Brandon Miller.
Pop fly, it says.
Yeah, they call the plays to save their vocal cords with that board you saw there. Be hard for any guys to hear him anyway, the way this Purdue crowd is into it now.
Turner trying to quiet things. Called for the charge. His 3rd. Now it's an issue.
Yes, it is, Jim.
So 3 fouls on Evan Turner. They whip it around the perimeter and go low. And go to the line after a break. Here's Johnson, first of 2. Next one to try to tie it. Coming off the 2nd foul of the game by Lauderdale, and we're knotted at 33.
Good ball pressure here by Jackson, just trying to make Simmons use some of that clock.
There's Buford with a foul call. Count the basket.
Well, that's excellent movement without the ball by Buford.
A big 3-point play by the freshman.
Yeah, to stem some of that momentum that Purdue had by tying it up.
This could tie it again. Rattles out. Hummel put back. Too strong. Batted out by the Buckeyes. Belongs to Purdue.
With Jackson sitting down. And Grant, a much more consistent perimeter shooter, especially from behind the arc, than Jackson.
Hummel working that baseline. Comes out for it. Right back to him. He's squared up.
Well, he's been off the mark here today, Jim.
Yep, after he'd been so hot yesterday, a perfect 4 for 4 from 3 in the game against Illinois. 2 for 8 from the floor today.
And he was 4 for 7 in the game against Penn State from behind the arc. So I think you mentioned it earlier, 8 of 11 coming into today's action.
That's Moore with the block. Purdue with the numbers. Hummel. Oh, Diebler thought he had a clean play. Actually, not going to argue it too much. Hummel.
Up until then, Purdue had only made 5 of 10 from the line, so a pair there for Robbie Hummel. It's been back and forth, Jim. 11 lead changes already.
That's Diebler over Hummel. And Moore comes back out with it. He's got some good hands.
Yeah, he does. Much like Evan Turner for Ohio State, E'Twaun Moore kind of stuffs the stat sheet for Purdue. He'll give us 5, 6, 7 rebounds. He'll make plays that lead to baskets, and he can score it as well.
That's Grant. Wide. Rebound Turner. Simmons goes all the way around and gets the move to go. Pretty nifty.
Very nifty to go up and under off the dribble penetration.
Callison.
Well, you can't get a much better shot than that, Jim.
Callison was left alone, and Mullins bangs him with the body.
Jim, that's already the 5th team foul on Ohio State here with 13.5 minutes to go.
Second foul on Mullins.
Purdue has attacked the rim effectively.
I do want to say the Ohio State family, heavy hearts, recent days. One of the long, great members of that Ohio State athletic department, Steve Snap. He's been suffering from an illness. 36 years at Ohio State, the associate athletic director, a Marine, a 2-time Purple Heart man. You knew him, Clark, and we sent along best wishes to Steve and just pray for a miracle.
Yes, his wife Elaine, family. It's a tough situation, but our thoughts and prayers with he and the family.
That's Buford getting fouled. Second foul here on Moore, so Buford at the line for a pair.
Well, Buford had a big first half yesterday and ended up only scoring 1 of his 14 in the second half, but balancing it out here so far tonight.
Kyle Madsen comes back in for the Buckeyes.
Well, Thad Matta going to try to massage this foul situation with Evan Turner. Turner has the 3 personal fouls. Going to buy a little time here prior to the under 12-minute timeout.
And is Moore, and he knocks it down for a 3 that ties it at 40. Hill lets him know, hey, I need somebody to help me back here. These two teams have met 160 times in their history. Oh, and Diebler able to get it. It's 80-80 all time, and it's 40-40 here in Indianapolis. And I'm watching this with 20/20 vision.
And the championship on the line.
And I like what I see, because it's Mullins. Fouled on the shot.
That's one as he gets stronger, Jim. He'll just go right through that defender and throw it down in the future.
They get the ball back. Buford.
Well, that's a situation where Buford has to take his time and look inside to Mullins, who had a much smaller defender on him.
Purdue takes the lead. E'Twaun Moore hitting a couple of threes in the last minute. Shooting 30% is this team for the game, and now they lead it. That's our 12th lead change. First lead since 24-22.
Well, I expect you'll see Evan Turner back on the floor after the timeout comes.
Diebler, tough shot. It's well defended by Grant, who picks up the loose ball. Up ahead, Moore slammed down by Buford. We invite everybody to tune in at 6 o'clock for the exclusive live first announcement of the tournament field and brackets. Here's Grant with a three. Put back beautifully by Marcus Green. He got position underneath, and suddenly Purdue leads it by 4.
Well, they made 3 of 7 three-point field goals this half, Jim, after going 3 of 12 in half number 1. They've thrown the ball inside and drawn fouls. They've actually seized the momentum here so far in this half.
It's an 8-1 stretch, thanks to a couple of threes by Moore. Here's Hill.
Moore has knocked down a couple of threes.
How about 3 threes?
Watch out! Watch out! And there you see the numbers. E'Twaun Moore waking up and ramping up here in the second half.
Ohio State has gone over 3 minutes without a basket. They led by 5 at halftime.
See, I think they can get it inside to B.J. Mullins if they'll just look and give him time to get set. That's a tough shot, but a good one by Evan Turner.
Almost launched another one. This time on the run. E'Twaun Moore taking over the Big Ten title game.
Well, that time B.J. Mullins came out to try to take away the three. E'Twaun showed him the ball and then just dribbled right around it. That's why when you make the outside shot, it sets up an awful lot of dribble penetration as well.
That's Turner. Mullins fighting for it. And it's going to go back to Purdue.
Jim, Purdue has done a much better job this half of making multiple passes before looking for a shot.
Not this time for E'Twaun, who has 16 on the game, 13 in the half.
We got another good look at that little runner in the lane.
It was 13. 13 of Purdue's last 15. The difference maker. Foul on the outside.
The bench points have been non-existent today for Ohio State. And the win in the first meeting, Ohio State won that battle 20-6.
And that's tipped away. That's a good defensive effort by Juwan Johnson.
Nice job to help out. Just kind of read that pass and got a hand on it.
Hummel gave it up last second. Johnson gets the soft roll off the rim, and Purdue has its largest lead of the afternoon. Underneath, Lauderdale lays it in from Turner.
I think Turner has to be ready to do more of that, Jim. At least initially here as he tries to bring Ohio State back, because Purdue is shaded towards trying to double team him, so he has to make the right decision to get somebody else the ball in scoring position. And then by doing that, he'll have a chance to look for his own.
Banked in by Kramer. 2-point shot. His first 2 of the game. Purdue now scoring almost every time down the floor.
The efficiency has been very, very good here in the second half, and I think it's because of the ball movement. Extra passes being made by Purdue.
What a shot from the hip by Turner.
E.T. These got a knack, boy.
Purdue's made its last 5 shots. Hummel, that's wide. Tapped out by Johnson.
I tell you what, whoever represents the Big Ten Conference in the tournament, despite some disjointed play and some low-scoring games during the regular season, these teams are going to represent well come tournament time.
It's Kramer giving it up, Jackson, and the little guy is able to put it up and in.
Because you know they're going to defend, and teams like Ohio State, Purdue, Michigan, all capable offensive teams. Michigan State, Illinois probably the most challenged offensively as Turner comes back and quiets the crowd just a bit.
Turner has 14, 6 in this half.
Well, he'll really look to be aggressive, and the ball will be in his hands just about every time down for Ohio State, Jim. It's up to him to make the right decision and the right play for his team.
Ohio State had a lead of 6 at one time in this half. Purdue swinging it back to as many as 9 at one time. Just a moment ago, and it can be that again. And it is. Johnson.
Boy, Dallas Lauderdale is playing behind him, Jim. He's got to fight him a little more because at his size, Johnson has the wingspan and the reach to shoot over Lauderdale when he catches it in the sweet spot.
Spin, Turner floats and gets it. Spread out that floor to give Evan Turner the ball. And he can find a way to get to the basket and get off a good shot.
It's not a bad option, is it?
No. Worked the last 2 trips. Turn around Johnson. And look who gets the rebound. 5'9" Lewis Jackson from the corner. Not this time for Moore. Simmons had it for a moment. And foul going to be on Ohio State Simmons.
An opportunity for Purdue to add to the lead. Loose balls have to be retrieved with both hands and not dribbled.
Blown chance on the front end. Moore unable to make it when he's not defended. Made some tough shots. Players all over him.
It's a little different to get to that foul line.
Turner again. And a push off on Purdue. First foul on Johnson. Turner trying again to create something, but way off balance this time. Ten rebounds by Hummel on the day with that last one.
He always is going to impact winning, even if he's not shooting it well. His movement, his size, his ability to get to the glass, always going to help you.
Hummel rattles out. Loose ball into the arms of Lauderdale. Oh, they say Jackson tied him up. Didn't seem to have his hands in there for too long, and the arrow will give the ball back to Purdue out of a break. Here is Johnson over Lauderdale. Oh, and it's going back to Purdue. Off Turner.
Yeah, he sure did. He didn't squeeze it, Jim. It's a couple of times now Ohio State has been in position to come up with either a defensive rebound or loose ball and just hasn't squeezed it. And those are huge plays in a close ball game late.
Only 2 turnovers in the second half by Purdue. Back to their efficient ways like the 2 previous days. Jackson with a 3. And it's over the back on Hummel.
Excellent block out that time by Evan Turner.
It's a 1-on-1 at the other end. They need 2.
And if he gets fouled, he usually knocks down free throws.
Hits them both. Turner has scored the last 8 Buckeye points. Trying to keep him in it. Feed the paint, Johnson. No foul call. The Purdue fans are screaming for a call against Lauderdale.
I just think that was a case of Juwan Johnson losing balance. I think he was expecting to be bumped a little bit by Lauderdale and anticipating that. When it didn't happen, he lost his footing.
Turner, boy, was able to squeeze that pass in there to Lauderdale. And it's not a shooting situation. Eddie Hightower clarifies 1-and-1 coming up. Well, now they actually look at it. Now they change their minds after the chance to look at it in the monitor. They're going to go 2 shots here. Sophomore from Solon, Ohio. No, I see some players were confused because they had earlier said 1-and-1, but it is a 2-shot situation.
But he obviously doesn't have benefit of the replay.
Missed them both. We got a lane violation. We'll get Lauderdale with another crack at it here.
So
Gene Katie in retirement.
He's gone into coaching mode here. He's gone back into coaching mode. Relax, Coach Katie. The officials have it right.
You never let go of it, I guess. And they got a point out of the deal to bring it to 4 with 2.5 remaining.
Really important for Purdue to continue to attack. They can't stop playing now. They've got to attack and look for scoring opportunities.
10-second shot clock. Moore has been the star. Johnson put back and rebound Turner, who is their top rebounder on the season. He goes down low and gets it back for the Bucks. We got a timeout, Ohio State. Got the open shot. It's Diebler. Couldn't have asked for a better look, but it's Turner chasing it down. In the paint, Lauderdale rejected. Baseline, Turner underneath, and it rolls off the rim. He'll shoot 2. Just the 2nd foul on Johnson, 9th team foul. So from this point forward, every Purdue foul will lead to the double bonus for the Buckeyes. The 80% shooter, not this time. Six unanswered by the Buckeyes.
Well, much like Ohio State plays through Evan Turner, expect Purdue to play through E'Twaun Moore and Robbie Hummel here. They've got the option of getting it inside to Johnson, but their playmakers are Moore and Hummel.
Back of the rim, out to Hummel, and a timeout called from the Purdue bench. Purdue now with the lead and 20 seconds on the shot clock. They've gone scoreless the last 5 minutes. It's Grant with a 3. What a time to hit it. The starter a year ago, 6th man this year, hit a big shot in the first half coming right off the bench. Hits one here too.
Don't need a 3 here. You just need to get something good quick.
Oh, it's blocked. Up ahead, it's Grant again. Chasing it down, he'll bring it back out.
Now you got a foul. You got a foul.
And Buford does just that. Missing the front end of the 1-on-1. That was Moore. Going for the 2-point shot, and he's fouled. Oh, my goodness. Don't start that celebration too soon.
Wow.
If you're Purdue, you can make it 1 possession. And does. Hummel trying to inbound. Gets it to Kramer. And there is the foul, the 4th one on Turner. Oh, they'll get 1 more. Got the 2. 14.7 seconds and a timeout, Ohio State. Purdue's going to apply some pressure. Kramer on Turner.
Well, he's taking a lot of time here.
Yes, he is, thanks to Kramer's defense. It's Buford. Wide of the mark. It's Kramer with the rebound. Slung down by Hill. It's double bonus at the other end. Junior from Huntington, Indiana. Good again. the three goes, but it's Purdue's year at the Big Ten tournament.
Matt Painter, congratulations. It has to feel good to be able to say the Purdue Boilermakers are champions of the Big Ten.
Yeah, it does feel good. It was just a great team effort, and it was a struggle, though. We couldn't make a shot in the first half, couldn't make a free throw. Our guys hung in there. We made some huge shots, and then Kramer finished it with those free throws.
Certainly helps to have a healthy Robbie Hummel and a guy like Etwan Moore to step up and make plays as well.
Yeah, it helps when you have shot makers against the zone, and each one stepped up, made some huge shots for us, and Rob's had a great tournament.